niggas make decisions to stay in relationships oftentimes because it's the obligation and responsibility. You're not even looked at as a man if you don't handle your business and take your responsibility. You can still be a woman and abdicate your responsibility as a mother. Like you could drop your kids off at your grandmama's house and people would still see you as a mother. The fuck are you talking about? So I got to push back on that, number one. And then number two, about the throwback to the, we love to throw it back in terms of the moms told the daughters and all that. How do those moms know that if they weren't able to keep a nigga? I feel like when we recount this story of generation to pass down, we forgot the generation that decided to do their own fucking thing. The one that rebelled against what their mamas told them. You know what I mean? The ones that was outside. The ones that had to learn the hard way that maybe mama was right until she wasn't. That now all of a sudden, because she had to put her head on the stove, now she is advising her daughter from a hurt position in terms of how she should deal with men because she didn't listen to her. So y'all make it seem like a straight line. Nah, sis, there was a lot of y'all mamas who was telling y'all, nah, queen, this is what you do over here. There's a lot of y'all mamas who was good examples of wives because they still married to their husbands. Right? What we're really talking about are the ones who were husbandless, who set their daughters out there to the world, into the wild. So I'm sorry with these little cute little, mama told them, girl, do for yourself, girl. Do for yourself, girl. Yeah, the ones who made bad choices, for sure. You know what I'm saying? The ones who made good choices, right? Those daughters, even if their fathers were not perfect, was out there looking for men like their daddies. So miss me with some of that. And lastly, other pushback. Unhappy. Who the fuck gives a fuck about your happiness? Like, we have a responsibility. When you go to work, are you happy to go to work every day? No. We drive hours upon hours. We do a lot of shit that we're not happy about because as adults, we have to be responsible. I hate to break it to y'all. Maybe a marriage should be included in some of that. Right? Maybe a relationship, a family should be included in some of that. Some of y'all think that y'all happiness or unhappiness is a ticket to fucking leave. Where, Sway? And y'all keep on wanting to put it on your grandmamas. They had integrity. That's what they had. They had responsibility. They had commitment is what they had. Right? Y'all
They had
motherfuckers went from
long-suffering.
selfless to selfish as fuck. We should get another shirt. Selfish as fuck. Because everything else is centered around y'all. And because, I'm not happy, I get to abdicate all of my responsibilities. Fuck out of here.
Okay, so first, man, I'm so happy to push back on this, on your pushback, on all y'all pushback. When I said comfortable, and the reason why it's comfortable, because if you could do whatever the hell you want to do, even if you are holding, because I never said that you weren't being responsible. I never said that just because you're comfortable, you're still not being responsible. I just said that men are less likely to leave because they're comfortable. Because if they're allowed to lie, cheat, steal, or whatever they're doing in that relationship, then yes, they are comfortable. They're not going to go because they're doing whatever the fuck they want to do. So they're not going to go, even if they are unhappy, which led to them to lie, cheat, steal, or whatever they're doing in that relationship because of that. So when we talk about unhappy, that's unhappiness on both sides. I also want to stop this bullshit that women are majority leaving because of unhappiness, when in reality, they have numerous studies that has constantly stated the top reasons for people to leave. And unhappiness was not in the top 5. Now, I will say irreconcilable differences technically could have some unhappy tendencies, but they said stay unhappy, and that stay unhappy could be a multiple factors. So, for example, when they talk about domestic labors and chores, right? As far as women are constantly carrying the emotional, mental, physical load within the household, I'm saying, so if you're going to talk about what men responsibility and roles are, what I'm saying is that we're talking about when we constantly say, it's unhappy, you guys are making it seem like that's the majority, when unhappy is not even in the top 5 reasons for women to leave. It's actually the emotional division of labor, is the cheating.
She's unhappy about the emotional division of labor. Go ahead, please continue.
No, when I'm saying division of labor, so look, and here's the other thing too I'm going to say too. You guys acting like women are contributing financially to the relationship as well. You guys are acting like the majority of women, especially in the Black community, are not contributing to the household finances as well, which is why we have so many 50-50 conversations in the first place. So she's also being responsible and bringing that into the household as well, in addition to carrying all that other shit that she has to carry as well. Now, I'm just saying that you guys are making it seem as if women are like, oh, I'm just done. I'm just over it. When that's not what's happening. That is not the majority of the time. Women tend to be long suffering, even in boyfriend girlfriend relationships. That's why there's so many men who have no problem cheating on their woman because the
That's because they
woman
don't
will
worry.
accept it and forgive them over and over again until they had enough. And then it's the woman's problem that her man can control his
I
dick.
ain't
Or it's the
accepting
woman's
nothing.
problem that she didn't make this man happy enough. So he went out and got his happiness. So I'm just calling cap on all of what you guys just said just in this last portion because
We
you're
just call it cat. Just as we
dismissing
call it
valid
cat.
claims that of how women feel based on, I'm going to call, based on some bullshit and perception that is just all about the woman being too emotional and feeling unhappy in general when there's all the root reasons. If somebody say, oh, my man's always cheating on me, so I'm unhappy. So, but the root reason is he's cheating. If
That's
somebody
enough.
says, oh, I'm tired because I pay 50-50 and then I come home and I still do 100% of childcare and so forth. And that's why I'm unhappy. But then all you heard was the unhappy without recognizing the root reasons. So I'm saying, let's stop the cap on root reasons and covering all saying, oh, well, that was just unhappy, recognized without recognizing the root reasons. That's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
let's roll this back. Nobody leaves what they happy about. Period. Okay? Nobody goes, oh my God, I get hit every night. I'm leaving this bitch. Nobody does that. So whatever reason the person has for leaving, it stems from some unhappiness. That's not the point. The point is, in the face of your displeasure, in the face of your lack of happiness, are you going to stick it out and find a way to make it work?
On
That is
behalf of the family and the
on
kids.
behalf of the family. That's the defining line we're talking about here. Okay,
Thank you,
now
Which
Jay.
again,
women have done. They wait till the children get 18 and then they bounce. And they still get shitted on because they waited till the child got 18 and
Nobody ain't
bounced.
shitting on them.
no,
Nobody ain't shitting on them.
They
Women
nobody
who
still
have
get
been
talked
married.
about. They still get
by
talked
other
about
women.
if they wait until
Thank you,
the
Jay.
child
Thank
leaves
you.
because it'll be like, why you wait this long? We literally just had Devin the expert talking about the great divorces and why folks divorcing in the gray age. Well, they waited till the child left.
Okay,
That's
good,
why.
but that's not a large number.
I'm
That's
just
not a
saying
large.
it's an
Listen,
example.
it's S&M. Listen, let me tell you something, right? Until you meet a woman who tells you that she left her husband because she was growing apart, like I low key have met a large, especially those women who travel, for example, right? There's a large number of women who I've met, like talked to, and they've left these relationships not because the nigga cheated, not because, but because they outgrew them. Matter of fact, we talked about this, right? Or no, we didn't talk about it on the show. It said like 58% of people got divorced because one partner felt like they outgrew the other, right? Or some shit like that. You know who the partner is most likely to say some shit like that? A woman. I hate to break it to you, right? Because in fact, we're expected to be above y'all, right? To cover y'all, right? I want to make it seem the type of way. So the idea that a man would outgrow a woman does not make sense, right? But the idea that a woman can feel like she's outgrown a man makes absolute sense. For women, especially who are competing with niggas still. I'm reading Gabrielle Union's book, and a lot of her relationship, you know what she did? She competed with her nigga. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like when I say women create toxic relationships, it's like I'm being dead ass. So yeah, we can paint the whole victim because, oh my God, she's done all. Nah. This question is only really relevant because we're not going to ask a man this question because we already know the answer to that. It's only
Bullshit.
relevant because a lot of y'all have left. What's that, ma'am?
I said bullshit. The reason why I'm not going to ask a man that question is
Because
because
we
we don't
already
want
do it.
to. Because the conversation is always about women. That's why we're not going to ask the man. That's why. It's because the
Go ask
conversation
me
Because
the
is
we
question
always
then.
already do it,
about
S&M.
women.
You know what's the problem? I want to hear stories about women talk about, man, I had to sit in the driveway for 45 minutes before I could walk into the house, or how often I need to go here just to kind of clear my thoughts because every time I get home,
It's
like,
called the
I'm
shower.
sorry.
They
Yeah,
sit in the shower and
for,
cry.
for really?
Yes.
Really?
Women they
I
stand in
hate
the
to laugh.
shower and they cry because that's the only space they got to themselves sometimes. So it's
That's
just
true.
not men who sitting in the driveway,
Because y'all
women
be crying
sitting in the
over
house
bullshit,
crying.
though. Y'all be crying over bullshit,
Lord
though,
have
right?
mercy. What now? Go ahead with the forgiveness. Like, so you were saying that men are supposed to be more forgiving, huh? Is that why they sitting in the driveway? Because they're more forgiving?
He raised his
Well, look,
voice at me even
forgive me.
though I was bothering him for 4 days straight,
Just
dick in his
minimizing
vagina.
women emotions, and that's just crazy work. That's crazy work in the season
I am
finale.
not
Just the
minimizing.
minimization.
I
Goodness
am not
gracious.
minimizing. I'm
Go
not.
ahead and get that driveway conversation how men are more forgiving than women after we just got all this
Yeah, go ahead,
minimization
Shay.
of women's emotions.